Hello, hello, hello. It is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you with another podcasting your purpose episode. And today we're going to be talking about build a blog for your podcast. Yes, build your blog. Build a blog for your podcast, and I'm going to tell you why. But before we begin, today's pod news on May 1st, Friday, May 1st, pod news. Spotify has surpassed Apple iTunes when it comes to podcast shows. Yesterday, I said that Spotify announced that they exceeded 1 million podcast shows. Apple iTunes had announced that 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago. And guess what? Today, Spotify has exceeded. They are surpassing Apple iTunes. So I'm so excited. Why? Because Spotify owns Anchor, and you know I love Anchor. And if you're not following me on Anchor, you need to follow me on Anchor because I have my podcast there, the Delaware Blogger Podcast. And Anchor is still free. That's right, Anchor is still free. And because podcasting is exploding, you need to get in where you fit in. You know you have a vision, you know you have a voice, and you know that you need to share it with others, and especially during this time. Just think about leaving a lasting legacy for your family, your friends, and your followers. I was actually thinking about this last night. Today is the anniversary of the death of my grandma. She passed away on the 1st of May in 2009. Cannot believe that it's been 11 years. And I still try to remember what she sounds like. Even with my sister, she's been gone for 27 years, and I only have her voice. I used to have her voice on a VHS tape. Remember VHS tapes? You put them in there, you listen, watch movies. But I don't even have that anymore. What I wouldn't give to be able to hear the voice of my sister, also hear the voice of my grandma. And had podcasting been around then and I was as excited about it as I am now, I would still have a way to capture their voice with a podcast. I would have probably created a family podcast, a private family podcast, so that I'd have it forever. So once they pass through the clouds, I would be able to pull it down from the cloud. So that's another reason for families, especially during this time, to create a podcast. And if you have a family member that's in an assisted living home or perhaps in a different state, creating a private podcast would be a great way to have some lasting memories, lasting legacy for your family and for your kids and grandkids and so on and so forth. So think about that when it comes to podcasting. Again, go back and listen to the episode that I talked about creating a private podcast so that it can be shared just with your family or co-workers or whatever the case may be. But today we are going to talk about build. Build. Let me jump. Okay, yeah, build a blog for your podcast. And the reason why I want you to do that is because it's where it's going to be housed. Now, I've been blogging since about 2012. I started my first blog in 2012. And I started podcasting in 2016, which kind of seems like such a long time ago, but it's not. And I never really thought about creating or changing up my blog to house and to promote my podcast until recently. So if you head over to my blog right now, delblogger.com, you will see that I've made some changes, especially if you've been following me along. I've taken out some of the fluff and stuff tabs. I didn't get rid of the post. You can always hide it. But I've taken out like the family, the fun, the fashion, and the fitness, and I'm going to put in more of the podcasting and YouTube. So I'm going to upload all of these YouTube channels, all these YouTube videos, directly to my blog so that they're all going to be married. Because I've been teaching blogging since 2013. And I talk about themes and I talk about plugins and I talk about, content creation, spending hours, posting ideas, content creation, which is why my Blog Your Way to a Business Profit podcast is so much fun. Now I love doing that. That's on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. There's the link right there. You can get tips on blogging. So today I want to talk about why you should build a blog for your podcast. And don't wait. I shouldn't have waited. Like I said, I started my blog in 2012. I started teaching blogging in 2013, and I started podcasting in 2016. So you should create that website or that blog. A blog is a website. It's simply a website, but you should have it so that you can use it for more promotion. You are creating content on a regular, and some people love listening to your podcast. Remember, they can just pop these earbuds in their ears and they can listen to your podcast, whether they're walking the dog, sitting on the sofa, out and about. And hopefully we're going to be able to get out and about, in a couple of months. But that is a way that they can listen to you, but they can also want to read your show notes. They want to read the description. Maybe you're promoting a book, like Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners. That's right. I am promoting my book as well as, and I got great news too, as well as my workbook, Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. But these together, remember, $26. If you're interested, make sure that you head over and send me an email, info@ablakeenterprises, so you can get both. I've made a few changes. I'm updating this and I've uploaded it to Amazon. So now you can order a copy directly from Amazon. But if you sign up for my 90-minute mini coaching session, I will send you this. You don't need to buy it on Amazon because it's part of the $97 fee. But together, if you just want the books, $26, you can buy the book separately. Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners, $9.99. You can go online and get that. Head over to dellblogger.com. On the left side, you can order it. Same thing with the workbook. But I want to get back to why you should create that blog for your podcast, especially when it comes to promotion. Yes, you're going to be promoting on all the platforms that people listen to podcasts, whether it's iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify. And remember, on Anchor FM, they do all that promotion for you to 11 different platforms. You do not have to upload your RSS feed to them because Anchor does it for you directly. Don't forget, sign up for Anchor FM. Go on your Android or iOS phone, create an account, start playing around, practice, progress. It's so much fun when you're creating that podcast because, again, we all have a voice, we all have a vision, we all can change someone's life. So when you're going and you're doing that, but again, create a blog. Name it the same as your podcast. And what you're going to do, in addition to uploading the links to each episode, you're also going to be providing the show notes that people can share because, again, not everyone wants to listen and not everyone wants to read. So you're now going to be able to capture a larger audience. A blog is going to live up forever. So when someone does a Google search, if they want to learn how to create a podcast, if they want to learn how to write a blog, your blog posts are going to show up. And within those blog posts will be links to your podcast. Again, it's just double barrel promotion. All promotion is good promotion. Again, maybe not all promotion is good promotion, but you know what I mean. So you want to be able to capture a wider audience. That's why having a blog as your host, your foundation where you're putting in your various episodes. And that way it's a one-stop shop for people who want to share your blog post with others. People may say, I don't want to listen to a podcast. I rather read. I like reading better. So give them an option. Again, there are tons of tutorials out there on creating blogs. Again, head over to my Build Your Way to a Business Profit podcast on Blog Talk Radio with Elite Conversations podcast and radio, because I offer tips every Wednesday at 1. I also teach at Dell Tech as an adjunct, but right now, all the classes are held virtually and there's not anything scheduled for a time yet, but you can always order the book, Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners, or again, go online, Google how to set up a blog. I offer training on that as well. So if you want to learn more about building a blog or a podcast, simply send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com. So what I want you to do, sign up for Anchor. Spotify owns it. They've surpassed Apple iTunes. Yay, yay, yay. That's the podcast news for today. Decided on your topic, your niche. What is it that you want to talk about? Because you're going to be talking about it all day, every day. You may not be doing a podcast show every day, but you want to make sure that what your topic is, what your niche is something that's going to be long lasting. You can use your phone if you want to record. Remember, I said hold your phone this way when you're recording on your phone, whether you're using the audio recorder or recording directly to Anchor FM. You can get yourself a condenser mic to plug right into your phone. You can get a Yeti mic or a different mic to plug into your laptop. You can also download Audacity or GarageBand, which are two software apps that'll help you with editing your podcast. Again, some people hate to listen to their voice. They hate the ums, they hate the ahs, so they want to edit it. And do you boo boo, but I don't edit. I like my ums and my ahs. You want to write out your show notes. What is the show about? The description of the show, making sure you use keywords, searchable keywords. So when I do a Google search and I want to find a podcast about teaching blogging, I'm going to say blogging podcast or how to create a podcast, how to create a blog for a podcast. You want to use those keywords so that you show up. And again, that's another way to get more promotion. If you have your podcast and a blog, you've got more ways to be found. SEO, search engine optimization. We talked about that the other day as well. So building a blog for your podcast or creating a website or a landing page or some way that you can still promote and even share in a newsletter or on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the like. It'll give you more promotion, make you more, people can see you. Because again, now we've got over 1 million podcast shows. You want to rise up. These companies are putting money in. They're looking for podcasts. They're looking for podcast shows. So you want to be found, right? Promotion. There's always that promotion. The podcast, you send it in an email. Your blog, send it in an email, however the case may be. But what you want your listeners to do is the call to action, and make sure that you do not, that's a double negative. Make sure that after the end of each of your podcast shows that you have a CTA, a call to action. What do you want your listeners to do on your blog? What do you want your readers to do? Do you want them to subscribe? Do you want them to sign up? Do you want them to print a free printable? Do you want them to enter a contest? What is it that you want them to do? Make sure you have a call to action. So build that blog for your podcast to help you with your promotion. And again, if you want more information, please send me an email, info@ablakeenterprises.com. You can order the book, Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners. You can order the workbook, Podcasting Your Purpose. $9.99 or $15.99, together $26. This is a great deal, free shipping. This workbook is now going to be available on Amazon. And this book is also available. You can order it from my website. Please head over to my Anchor FM station, The Delaware Blogger. That's me, the DE Diva. That's me. There's tips there for podcasting. I'm going to do a wrap up tomorrow. I usually do my podcasting on Saturdays on Anchor FM, but my blog Your Way to a Business Profit on Elite Conversations Radio is every Wednesday at 1 p.m. And of course, head over to my blog, delblogger.com. If you have any questions, whenever, however, whatever, send me an email. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thumbs up this video, share it with all your friends and your family. And you know what? Head over to my LinkedIn profile, Antoinette Blake, because I'm going to be uploading some articles there as well. Enjoy your weekend, whatever you're doing. Be smart, be safe, and be social from a distance, because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger. Have a beautifully blessed day. Bye-bye.